So yeah, I guess Charlotte is off. This is the first official Cyber Thursday episode, not just an added value to the Slava Selection Show, although you have noticed I already scratched the surface in the field. But I'm still thinking again of not engaging Charlotte for this business anymore, and the new intro might come the next week, but I'll keep like this minimal technology a theme as a musical background for this offshoot of the show for now. And let me tell you one thing before I go. You are right. I do have an imposter syndrome, but I'm not hiding it, and that is not going to stop me from, moving to that amazingly bright future where we all need mirror shades. Not everyone is fluent in Python. Hey, I'm still struggling with English. Well, Python, certainly not me, but I do have other qualities. I had a blast working in journalism for many decades, but two 2 years now after sobering up from the fascination of the gig economy, I began shifting from to something totally out of my comfort zone. And you know what? I never look back. Well, in cybersecurity, there are many roles, and not each one of them is purely technical. I am a journalist and a storyteller, and that will be my primary focus in the profession for the time being. And I will also keep some approach. I will also keep the same approach for the content of the show as well. Not well. Again, not everything will be of technical nature here. It's crazy how time flies, right? Like it was just yesterday when it was like May and June, and heck, it's October 10 now, and 10/10 might not mean much to you, but it's actually pretty important, and I'll tell you why in a second. But let's talk about today first. While I'm writing this, Kia, like famous like a Korean automotive company, still has a severe like a vulnerability concern that might have allowed bad actors to remotely control millions of vehicles, and that's a bad thing. Can you imagine somebody switching off your engine from another continent? That's insane, right? So and then again, American Water disconnects computers after a cybersecurity incident, and the great dictator's birthday, which was only a few days ago, was cheerfully commemorated with a series of cyber slaps from Ukraine's IT army and slash or its joyful allies. I don't know anything about that. Well, speaking of a former KGB mediocre midget, he isn't the only crazy with the same birthday that I know of, but that's another topic, some other times. Anyways, on October 10, 1995, oh boy, I didn't even have a computer back then, believe it or not, never mind the mobile phone, but I was reading a lot. So on that day, the famous MIT, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology, released A Day in the Life of Cyberspace, a project that documented individuals' experiences and contributions during the early day of the internet. And this publication attempted to build a comprehensive mosaic portraying life at the advent of the digital revolution, addressing many concerns such as privacy, expression, and the impact of technology on society. This program was part of the Media Laboratory's efforts to document the growing World Wide Web and its impact on society. On this date, so again, October 10th, right, the collective submissions were edited and published, offering a glimpse into how digital technology was beginning to impact ordinary life. As technology advanced, so did awareness of cybersecurity risks. Projects like this paved the way for future discussions about privacy and security in an increasingly linked society. The project functioned as a time capsule documenting the early days of the internet and how people interacted with technology. And this documentation increased awareness of the consequences of online communication, altering how individuals and organizations treated their digital presence. So, I guess I don't even have to mention it, I guess. October is designated as Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which began in 2004, so it's 20 years ago exactly, as a collaboration between the United States Department of Homeland Security and the National Cybersecurity Alliance. The campaign seeks to increase public knowledge of cybersecurity and promote safer online practices. But let's keep the press release material for now. First things first, I have to ask an obvious question. Not only it's an elephant in every chat room from here to freaking Timbuktu, but it's a purple elephant with a very, very unusual and loud roar. It's actually bonkers that we even have to ask a question like this. So, why? Why is there such a high demand for cybersecurity workforce entry-level positions when no one is hiring? Well, one possible explanation is that the transition time in between careers is not really well organized. Not everyone is transitioning, so is this really the case? Well, one of the reasons is that companies often prefer candidates with practical experience who can contribute immediately, leading them to overlook entry-level applicants. And this creates a situation where firms are reluctant to invest in training new hires, as they fear the risk associated with onboarding less experienced personnel. So how are we supposed to gain experience if you require 2 or even more years of experience for the entry-level position? And I assure you, this is not only the case with IT. Like, it's everywhere you go. But IT is like, I believe it's the one that I see the most. But well, and this actually can include internship, volunteer work, or relevant IT roles that provide foundational skills applicable to cybersecurity. So I suppose we'll have to invent our own positions. There you have it. Oh, well, I just did. No, I mean, seriously, there are many roles in cybersecurity, and not everything is what you would expect. I mean, if you have a law degree, why not becoming a cyber lawyer? If you're like into finances, why not cyber audit? Or why not cyber insurance policy specialist? That will be profitable for sure. You can also be a threat hunter, bug bounty hunter, PR in the field, communication liaison, or an IT publisher, cyber magazine editor, I don't know, cyber awareness officer, if that even exists, like, I don't know. The sky above the port, which is the color of television tuned to that channel, by the way, is a limit. And it's actually not all that gray. The increase of cybersecurity position is enormous and shows no signs of decreasing. The worldwide cybersecurity force is expected to reach 5.5 million in 2023, which was last year, representing an 8.7% increase from the previous year and creating almost 450,000 new employment. And that's insane. This growth is constant across all regions, with the biggest increases reported in the Middle East / Africa and Asia Pacific regions, where growth rates were 11.7% and 11.8% respectively. Bachelor's degrees, certifications, and boot camps are meaningless if you're not working on a personal or professional project, if you're not permanently improving, if you cannot get an internship and not immersed in cybersecurity at all times. What do you think this is? Your educational role where you sit on your ass for 3 months in the summer? Ha! It's been the end of 9 to 5 for decades, but we're about to get a sting in the ass if you don't wake up. How do you think we, particularly in North America and Western Europe, can possibly compete with what we like to call less fortunate countries? Canada. So on paper, in Canada, a cybersecurity analyst can earn approximately close to $80,000 per year. IT support specialist, $60,000. A network security operator, $70,000. Incident responder, like almost $50,000. Security software developer, $73,000. And forensic analyst, $78,000 per year. Well, when in reality, Saga has a better pay rate than Toronto, but listen, the average rent for an apartment in Toronto is like $2,700. So do you believe you can chase your IT career from here? To me, Bogota appears to be a better place. 2-bedroom apartment in the Colombian capital center goes for around $600 to $800 per month. Rent is, first of all, significantly lower. The climate is freaking amazing. The food is delicious. And the people are just fantastic. They're also attractive. So how do we believe that ridiculously costly Toronto and Vancouver will become perfect IT hubs, at least for all of us mediocre / switching careers noobs? Toronto even declined Alphabet's offer to become a smart city. So, never going to happen. Well, the only way is to balance in your daily grind on construction or whatever, and whatever you invest your time into after 5 p.m. or whenever you come home. And if you're a fan of more organized approach and you have more time on your hand, well, education is it's complicated today. Stay away from fancy names. Anyways, I mean, to take an automotive comparison, there is no need for a costly Benz if Toyota is doing not only well, but better than the rest of the world combined, if you know what I mean. And you know what? It isn't 1979 anymore. So Seneca is the way to go. If you have this formal, if you like that. But a few of my friends went there and they were super happy. Unless it's a group endeavor when it comes to me that requires individuals to be physically there, I rather not attend to worship an institution. Those days are very much over. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Well, solution is a conclusion, right? So I personally believe that your surrounding defines you. If you're not willing giving up watching hockey with your buddies while chugging a cold brewski instead of getting high on a dark roast alkaloids while frantically patting your mechanical cherry keyboard, you won't accomplish much in any field, never mind the cybersecurity. And if you still want to hang out with your crew at the corner, thinking you understand everything when it comes to IT technology, you ain't going anywhere. I do understand. There is a lot of injustice when it comes to time you invested in the field and everything, but hey, tough shoot. I know IBM engineers who are warehouse workers. I know a software architects who are doing absolutely freaking nothing but playing lottery now. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and just keep moving. You'll be meeting another IT professional soon, and you'll need to study for another CompTIA certification. I'm not suggesting it is easy, not at all. I'm just trying to paint you a picture. Perhaps you are competitive, but you cannot afford to live in Toronto while someone in Mumbai is doing well now that he has your position. So reinvent yourself. It's the only way up. If you're going to keep waiting for the proper moment, you might as well attempt car washing on the side. Well, that was good enough for Heisman. Just don't start cooking crack. Well, not everyone can code. I understand that. Not everyone can master the craft of being a software architect. Again, rethink, reinvent. You might not know what a hexadecimal code is or what spear phishing is all about, but like me, you might understand the basic concept of it. And like me, you might just know how to tell stories. So now you know. Use strong passwords. Actually, better use passphrases because, passphrase is a longer, more complex password that typically consists of multiple words or a phrase. They're designed to be an easier way to remember while providing stronger security than traditional passwords due to their length and complexity. Passphrases can effectively mitigate risks associated with brute force attacks. So you're not completely covered, but still. Don't forget using multiple factor identification, patch daily, report phishing, secure your devices and network, encrypt, triple backup, everything important. Be cautious with links and attachments and practice absolute zero trust and so on. You know the drill. So happy October, my friends. It's the cybersecurity month. And choose your cyberspace hanging place wisely. Stay cyber aware and above all, stay selective. Bye-bye.